What's up, guys? Slicktastic guy here. Just wanted to show off my little Anet A8 3D printer. Just wanted to give a little review, a few things I encountered using this. I've owned this now for about just under a month, and I'll tell you, I'm getting pretty solid prints. You can see that they're like pretty much perfect. So, just want to show you what I did to get mine this way. First, I started with the Z stop, end stop, because every time I adjusted, first I was using the bed, just the plain bed that came with the stock masking tape. Tried that out, that worked really well, but I peeled the bed right away, like it just totally peeled off, so that was pretty lame, didn't work very long. Then I went to polycarbonate. I went to a polycarbonate bed. It was alright. It actually worked pretty good for like 2 prints. But then it seems like the polycarbonate had like a film on it that once the film was peeled away with the items that I printed, then it no longer worked. It just stuck to it. Like, you couldn't remove it. I actually broke all the prints that I tried to get off it, and they say it bends and everything, but mine did bend, but it didn't, it didn't help pop it off, because it didn't bend, like, right there or there, it was total garbage. So I went to a glass bed. You notice I only clip it on one side, that's how you can get it nice and level, more leveling here. I went with these little star nuts after I drilled out the H-frame. Put some washer, or what would they call those, spring holders, to keep those nice and parallel. All the way around, of course. Took forever, to get it just right. But now, flawless, and you can tweak it on the fly if you need to, but I don't tweak my bed anymore because I got it absolutely perfect. I just clean the glass a little Dawn and put it back on and clip it pretty much the same spots every time. It works good. Let me move on to this, what do they call it, the X chain. First I started off with all these individual pieces. You can see that the light's kind of pretty bright on this white, but there are individual pieces going around to here. It wasn't so bad, but it kept going higher and higher. So that was kind of lame. Like, the chain would just be way up here. I kind of wanted to keep it on a level keel there. You can see it's way better than it used to be. I swapped out that, printed this one, and took the little ones, or the chain links, and made one for the bed underneath. You see that there? A lot of people, they put theirs right here. I don't understand that, because when I change my filament and everything, I like to extrude and let it drip right here, and you can't do that with that chain right here, going back and forth. So I figured, slap it under the bed. Not sure which one is under the bed for Prusa, I believe. Don't use the screw one, though. If you use the screws, and even if you have perfectly sized screws to screw the 2 pieces for that hold the bottom of the H-frame there, it still won't get past the wall back there. You have to slide all the way back. It'll always catch. So that was like a wasted print right there. But really, I just took the top piece and I zip tied it to the H-frame, and it's been working out pretty good. You can see it rolls nice and pretty much smooth as can be. What else I do to it? Alright, I had this over here, the little frame stabilizer. One of them is actually made this a lot tighter, like a lot. So great. I had 2, but I took one out because this case I'm working on to get rid of all the wiring and everything interferes with that. You can see it pretty much matches up with that. That's my cat talking. Alright. Okay, little weirdo cat. Anyway, we go back over here. You can see all my basic wiring. I have no heating problems, really. You don't see any burnt, nothing. This model is I think it was like the Anet something. I totally forgot where it's written. It's probably that sticker right there. It says A121. It looks like a serial number. Yeah, but it's definitely a nice board. I haven't had any problems with it. You can't really feel any heat. Like, you can feel some, but not much. This print has been going for probably 4 hours now. So, definitely nothing there. But, as you can see in there, well, I got it covered now, but I have the dual MOSFETs. I figure I'd add those. You know, one for the hot end, one for the bed. You see that wire comes down over here to the front. Once I did the chain, under the bed chain, the wires were slightly short and I didn't want to extend them. So I kind of just stuck them here and made them work. You can see the other one I just wrapped around back over there. I'm going to put some sheeting on it sooner or later, but it's out of the way and it's not doing nothing. So that worked out pretty good for me. I was going to add some covering on there. You can see one of the unions. Yeah, it's under there. Yeah, that worked out. I went, of course, printed this because it's a pain in the butt to, you know, stick it in the slot down there. You can see, no way, not with this case anyway. So, bing, slapped it up there. Picked up one of those little memory card extenders for like $2, ordered from China. No big deal, you know. What I did notice about this X chain is that it became a lot more difficult to do the filament. Not impossible, of course, but just a pain to work around the chain while pushing it down and, yeah, everything going on like that. My fan, it's actually really quiet right now. It used to be god-awfully loud. I peeled off the sticker on the back of it, and I used some of my grease. I use this stuff, Sil Glide lubricating compound. I guess it's silicone, but you know, it says it works for rubber and metal and wood. What's more, you know, or what's better than that when you got like your stock bearings, of course. No eye guess here, you can actually see a little bit of that. I just added a little tidbits here and there, you know, and it actually works great. It's pretty quiet, you know. I actually packed the bearings for the Y-axis. I packed those full. I wish I would have did the same for the X, but I didn't. I've only been rubbing it on here, you know, so, I mean, it made an improvement, just not as much as really when I packed this one for here. Wow, those went silent almost, you know, pretty dope, yeah, I'm still on the stock firmware. Well, actually, it's not really stock anymore because I changed it to Skynet. But man, you know, with the auto leveling and everything, like it was just like a bunch of nonsense. My bed actually has a pretty deep scar in it. Well, you can't see it; it's directly under the print. But like Zorro, my nozzle, like, oh, I had tape on it too. I was using tape at the time, just regular blue painter's tape, and wasn't cool. Went to glass. That's what I'm using now. This is just PLA. It's actually really great. I haven't found anything better to use. You know, some people say, oh, Captain tape, you know, that works great. Nah, no point paying all that money for that tape when you can just get a real cheap piece of glass. You can see mine's undersized. Yeah, this is actually an 8x8. So, yeah, I went under on that. It was pretty dumb. That's when I needed access, really, to the screws. I don't need access to those anymore. You can see I put the nut. Well, there's a nut in the top for the spring, and that keeps the spring nice and right in the middle, so there's no need for one of these spring holders up top. You know, that was definitely the best upgrade ever. I don't really have adhesion problems, but you know, I'm kind of a little paranoid when I go into long prints, so I tend to add a brim. You know, this is a 20 line, basic 8mm brim. You know, works well. I haven't really used wraps or anything yet. You know, in a large scale anyway. You know, I haven't really printed too much craziness. I printed a lockbox that was pretty cool. Gave that away though. Yeah, you know, everything I've pretty much made was already spoken for. Like gone, boom. Did make this light. You can see there. You know, I just mounted it to the X carriage or whatever. Well, that's the carriage. I'm not really sure what these are called. Yeah, pickle. And boom, made a little L frame. Got my Logitech there so I can, you know, just check on it from the PC. Make sure everything's still moving and prints weren't messed up. You know, well, not anymore. I haven't had any bad prints now in like probably 5-6 things I printed. And they're actually pretty long prints, but none of them messed up. They all look great. You know, I can show one thing for an example. You know, this is that transparent blue. So you see it looks just shiny and perfect in every which way. You know, like, wow. Can't believe it. Finally got it dialed in. I did notice, though, that this transparent blue, like, you'll get, like, some dark spots. Well, this is kind of a bad example because I'm not really finding them now. But there are, like, some kind of dark spots when the line comes around and then it changes line. It always changes in the same spot, so you get, like, this mark of the black spots and everything, so that's kind of lame. But, you know, ultimately not too bad. If I was really worried about it, I could probably sand it down a little. But I'm not even going to mess with that at all. You know, what else did I do to this thing? Let me see. You know, you can just see the bed connection, of course. That was like my main thing. I wanted to stabilize the wires. You know, I didn't do that right away, so I actually broke one of the hot end wires. You know, not the thermistor though. Yeah, I totally just went bent back and forth and broke off. Like, lame. That was really stupid. You know, the thermistor is still good. I actually added a screw in there. That's what you're seeing against or in front of the red line. You know, it's a screw with a nut on it. Boom, just to hold the thermistor in there in place. When I got it, it was actually Captain tape. Captain tape. Yes. It was taped together, you know, to hold in place, and that was pretty stupid when I changed out the thing that, you know, I noticed it didn't have anything to hold it actually in place, so fixed that. You can see nozzle's actually starting to look kind of dirty, but it was a lot worse. What I found works for good cleaning of the nozzle is just get it hot, you know, of course, put it at like 210, you know, I went with 210, and I just folded over some paper towel and touched it and dragged it across there, and man, that all the PLA just sticks straight to the paper towel, and this thing gets clean right away. It's like, sweet, hell. I have that nozzle, yeah, it's stock. Let me see. I did have this one printed. You can see that. Yeah, it came out actually rather perfect. Well, I don't know terms of perfect, but all the nozzles worked out nicely, and you know, it's pretty good. I just haven't used it. It feels like it's really high, you know, up on the nozzle. So if it's high on the nozzle, that means it's like real close to it. This is just PLA, and I don't know. Right now, this one works great where it doesn't affect my temperature settings. I don't know if you can see that, but 199 is pretty much where it stays. The set temp is 200. So it stays within 1 degree always with that nozzle, and I haven't had any problems with it. So I'm kind of delaying adding this. I haven't printed anything using it yet. But so far, it's kind of unnecessary print. Someday I might try it out. You know, you can see my spool holder up here. Yeah, this PLA is actually from Fox Smart, and they had the smaller hole diameter, and it's actually the first time I'm using some of this filament, and yeah, it's not the same size, so my stock holder right there doesn't fit it, and I had to put this piece here. This is actually for one of these lights here. Yeah, it's for my other one that at some point going to go over here, you know, for better lighting, but I don't want to put stress on my PSUs so much, so I kind of just keep one works. Of course, the webcam's not connected to the 3D printer, so no big deal there. You can see my stabilizer here, the tensioner, I should say, right there. Not bad for that one. It worked well. It worked well for a while, and hold on, I'm just trying to find. It's kind of my junk drawer. You can see, you know, I got some weird stuff in there. You know, the auto sensor, some other whole bunch of nonsense. That's my regular spool holder. Back in the days I couldn't print. You can see how rough that is. Yeah. Here's for the left side. I was going to add two, but that'll work. Anyway, I added that one, and, you know, it's not bad. Gotta use it up, you know, just to keep it tight. And you can see it's got a nice little twang in there. You know, I'm actually going to cut this video a little short now. You know, we can talk about some more. Got this end cap, but I got a new style coming in. Yo, I have it printed, just haven't put it on yet. Yo, but that's it, right there. Yo, that's all we got right now. Yo, I'll get more in depth on the next video, but my camera's telling me the battery's dying, so that's pretty lame. Alright guys, Slicktastic Guy from my Tiny TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you find me on the group on Facebook, what's up, CJ Prado, hit me up, say hey. Alright guys, later.